Greeting from Simolek and Obek, and it has been 7 months since we conducted our workshop in Thailand last January, and on behalf of Simolek and Obek, I would like to know the progress of our partnership program and how you implementing the project then. But first of all, let's we reflect for the 3 questions below. The first one is, what is the current status of the partnership programs in your schools? As I know that some of you has been actively informing me about your current project, your current activities, but some of you also are passively. So please reflect of yourself, what is the status of your partnership activity. And then the second one is, what is the current activities that both schools conducted already? For example, some of the schools has been started with communicate each other through email, chat, or using Skype, for example. And furthermore, some of you also has been using the video conference system. But some of you, I can see that you do not yet conduct anything to follow up the MOU. And then the third one is, how is the status of the project has been given? Do you still remember of the project that I informed you in our workshop last January? So I would like to remind you again about this project. Actually, this is the small project that I initiate to this is one of my effort to engage all of you to conduct the activities in your partnership being more meaningful. But later on I will explain you far more about this project. And then the second one, let's see about the obstacles. As I see that since some months ago, I am trying to observe what are the things happen in your activities. And I found there are some obstacles that you face during that times. The first one, for example, some of you I found that do not have an access to the contact persons. This cause of many things, the first one, it caused just because some of you have the wrong email and the cell phone number of your partner. And then the second one, the person in charge has been moved to another schools, and in addition, the person in charge didn't give any information regarding to the partnership activities, regarding to the MOU, and regarding to the action plan that have been signed in the workshop to another person in the school. So everything, lose contact. And then the second ones, you have the problem in we have the barrier of language as one of our problem. As we know that we have our own language, our own local language, but in this partnership, try your best using English then, and please do not shy or do not afraid to start communicate in English. Some of the schools in Indonesia report to me that they try their best to contact the counterpart school, and then when they finally success contact the schools, but they cannot communicate well just because there are the limitation of understanding in language. So this is one of our common problem then. And the third one, some of you do not know how to start since the MOU signed, how to start these activities in the partnership program. But some of you has been actively start with communicate each other. This is one of the most important step, I think. And then after that you change curriculum and so on. This is a good one. But some of you do not how to start them. And then the fourth one, I found that some of you also have the lack of access to the communication tools. Some of you are not, often check your email, for example, or you even not, familiar with chat tools. And furthermore, some of the schools, for example, from Indonesia, send the SMS already or call your cell phone number, but there is no answer or there is no any reply to them. So this is what we call lack of the access to the communication tools. So actually, from this obstacle, we can reflect that what actually that we have to improve from the both side. And then actually to solve this kind of problem, there are some of the strategy that we have or we can do then. Some of the strategy that I can suggest to you, for example, if you don't know how to start the program, if you don't know how to start, how to implement the activities in this partnership program, please start the program from the small one, okay? I would like to remind you, since we have the workshop, I always remind you, please do not start with the big one. Start with the small one. What is the small one? Okay, such as the small one, we can start to communicate each other, and this is one of the best that we can do with, take the benefit of the email, chat, or Skype, for example, start to communicate each other through the internet connection. And then the second one, you can start sharing and mapping your curriculum, and so you can find the common things that you might be interested inside. And then the third one, you can choose one of the interest subject to apply, okay? And then the next step, you can pick some of teachers and students to be involved in the piloting program. So after you find the subject, so just some of teachers and students involving in these activities first. And after you think that this is appropriate and can manage successfully, you can expand then by inviting some of another teachers and students then. And then the next step, after you find the teachers and students to be involved, then you can introduce them each other via email, chat, Skype, or video conference then. This is actually one of the common steps and the simple one that we can try to apply in our activities. And then the next one, you can also integrating the climate change and the human value-based water sanitation, hygiene, education in the interest subject. As I state in all the information that I've been given to you in the workshop last January, I have been given also the book, okay, the book, remember, the thick one about the human value waste water sanitation, hygiene, and education. And I also provide all the information regarding how you can apply this issue in your subject in our blog. Okay, so everything information about this issue provided in our blog. So please go there and try to following the step then. And then after that you can move. Okay, you can move on to the next step. The big one is student and teacher exchange. In addition, I know that not all the schools afford to do these activities. Consider to the cost that we have to expense then. So I can suggest to you also that please think about do the homestay program, and so all of you can have the benefit from the student and teacher exchange, and this is not burden the students and teachers in both schools. And then actually when we have the problems and the obstacle, Simulec and OBEC doing many things as our efforts to encourage all of you to be more actively engaged in our collaboration. For example, our efforts in June 2011 from the OBEC side, OBEC conducting the workshop that inviting all the schools involved to discuss more and find the problem and find the solution and think more about how they can run well the MOU and the action plan in the near future, and so the MOU it's not being a sleeping MOU. And I also, from the Simolek side, I went to Jogja last 2 weeks to meet the schools in Yogyakarta that involved in this program, to talk with them, to discuss with them, and to encourage them, to remind them that the MOU not being slipped. I also asked them to be more actively contact you in Thai. So this effort, we always trying our best to encourage the schools in both countries. And please, I also, ask, I beg your pardon that the schools also have a good willing to continuing your partnership program, not only just state in the MOU. And then another effort that I've been done is also I'm trying to provide all the information regarding to all of the activities in our program in a blog. So please, all of you visiting our official blog, and this address state at http://indothaipartnership.wordpress.com. This is our official blog. In this blog, you can find any progress of each schools that has been informed me, or some of you send the email to me, and I report also the progress there. And then you can also, contact me and also give the comments from the activities in this blog. And in the near future, I also would like to invite you as the contributor. So I just need your email address. So in the first step, I just would like to engage the contact person in charge in each schools to be the contributor in this blog. And so you can directly go to the blog and write everything that you would like to inform to us. For example, the progress of your activities in terms of sit-in classroom program, for example, or in terms of applying the climate change and the human value water-based sanitation and hygiene education to your classroom activities, and so on. So you can inform all here in our blog. I remind you many times, please visiting our blog, and we can contact each other there. So I think that's all that I can inform to you regarding to the activities and the progress of our partnership program. So I beg your pardon to keep the spirit of our partnership for quality improvement of education, and I will meet some of you then in the workshop in Bangkok on 4 until 9 July, and we can discuss more then. And for the Indonesian side, I will meet you in the other program, the workshop that I planned already. I will inform you soon later. And thank you very much. Sawadee ka and terima kasih.